What's up, America? My name's Jason, and I am the average conservative. All right, so for this, the very first episode of the average conservative, I would like to just kind of go through a little bit of a rundown of who I am and why I'm doing this, and particularly why I've chosen to start doing this now. So, the first thing you should know about me, obviously, I am, or at least I consider myself to be, the average American conservative. I grew up in a military family. My parents were always Republican, but when I was young, they complained just as much about the Republicans as they did the Democrats. And as a kid, like most kids, I didn't really care about politics. When I became a teenager, that changed a little bit, but not too much. I really just was kind of paying a little bit of attention just to see what was going on, but not enough to really care one way or the other who was voted into office. And it didn't really seem at the time like there was all that much of a difference. Then in 2005, I turned 18 years old, graduated from high school, and started to look into okay, I am now going to be able to vote. I need to pay a little bit more attention to what's going on and know who it is I'm going to vote for. 2008 came around, and up until that point, as far as I could tell, race was, or racism rather, was essentially non existent in the United States. We had a few uh, isolated incidents here or there, and the unanimous response to them from everybody on all sides was to condemn the racist and cast them aside as irrelevant. And in 2008, Barack Obama was elected, and that was kind of the day that my journey to becoming the conservative I am really began. Up until that point, I was more of a right leaning centrist, and I held some positions that I can no longer hold today. There was a time when I thought that the Electoral College needed to be done away with because we had computers. We could count every vote equally, and a popular vote could be used to elect the president. Of course, at the time, that was because I didn't understand why the Electoral College was there. So, starting in 2008, I started to see race relations change for as the primary driver of everything, or at least that was the most prominent part of what was going on. And then watching the policies that Barack Obama was pushing forward, I started to realize that this just isn't good for our country. What's going on is not going to go well. Things are not going to pan out the way everybody seemed to think that they would under Barack Obama. In 2012, I was getting set to do my civic duty and vote, and it turned out that our quote conservative candidate was Mitt Romney. And even then, even though I still wasn't all that far right of center, I didn't think there was much difference between him and Obama. There wasn't any point in voting in 2012 as far as I was concerned. So, fast forward to 2016, things got incredibly bad, and in that 4 year time period between 2012 and 2016, I finally learned what the Electoral College was for. I learned true conservative principles, and after some research on my part, um, that was the period in which I started watching other political commentators, started listening to what they had to say, and through all of that, I my political position moved significantly farther to the right. I am now what I consider to be a constitutional conservative with libertarian leanings in certain areas. And I'll go into those later in other videos. So here I am, it's 2020. I've been kind of considering and thinking about doing something like this for a while, but everything that's been happening this year, from the coronavirus to George Floyd, all of the lockdowns from the coronavirus, all of the riots over supposed systemic racism, more coronavirus stuff, starting to open back up, never mind we're closing back down. All of this insanity that we've been seeing has finally driven me to the breaking point. I cannot remain silent anymore, so here I am. And that's about all there is. So if you're interested in coming along with me on this journey, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. I will be on Patreon soon, so if you're interested in supporting my endeavor, supporting our channel, you can find us there. Once we're up and running on Patreon, there will be early access to all of my videos, as well as some exclusive content will end up on there. Other than that, peace.